What's going on, Diablo 4 players? Today I thought I'd do a little quick video showcasing the Druid Shred Build. By far, my favorite build of this season. I've played Sork, Spiritborn, Rogue, and this by far takes the cake. Super strong, super fast. We just finished a glitched out world boss, so I think everybody was kind of feeling the lag there, but after we teleport, we should be good to go. I'll showcase a quick dungeon clear, and we'll go to some open world Helltide, and then we'll finish with a Pit 115 clear. Show you how strong this thing actually is. It is very strong. We'll open our gift from the tree real quick. And let's see if we get anything good here. Oh, we got a Radiance Tribute. Nice. Alright, let's get into it. So, first off, we will activate a dungeon. We'll do a Chaos dungeon, since, especially if these are 5 Grim, best way to get favor, reputation, all the goodies, and to drop some pretty good stuff. But I will show you how fast this Druid can clear a dungeon if you don't stop and hit all the little side things. But it is insanely fast. As long as there's people around. Like, we're not going to do this. We're just trying to hit the rifts and clear the dungeon, get the Grim, and get out of here. But as you can see, as long as there's people, how fast you can lunge to them. It is crazy fast. Sometimes too fast. But very, very fun build. Very good farming build as well. I actually don't see a lot of people playing this build, and it's very surprising, but I can't blame them. The Ravens is pretty strong, the Pulverize obviously is very strong, but in terms of speed, I mean, this one takes the cake. I think it'll beat a Sork in a dungeon clear. Alright, let's keep it moving. As you can see, you can just fly through it. Doors are still your nemesis. You still do have to open those sometimes. You don't have to open that one, but there are some doors that you will have to open. Alright. Little board's compass. I haven't seen that guy, that monster that gives us the plus 10 season rep every time you kill a person, but usually I've found in every Chaos dungeon there's at least one, but not in this one. Alright, slice and dice, quick, easy 5 Grim, and you get all the Chaos perks from it as well. Alright, so that is the dungeons. Now let's go do a little bit of open world Helltide. I'll only spend about 2 minutes in there just to showcase how fast you can actually fly around these people. Sometimes when the dungeons work out and it's a straight line and it's full of people, you can fly through in about 40 seconds. It is crazy fast. And what the good thing about this too is, like, most of the time, even though you're flying through all the people, like, you don't have to take the pathways or anything. You can just launch right past them. You can just fly through the Helltide. As long as there's a person for you to lock onto, you will launch there. But we'll just knock out a couple rifts real quick. Be on our way. Then I'll get into the gear breakdown. But as you can see, you can just fly through these enemies and just absolutely shred through them. Like I said, in terms of speed, I don't think there's anyone better. It does take a toll on your eyes, though. Ooh, a little treasure goblin. We have plenty of Obdicite, but you know what? It's always nice to see a little gobbler. Alright, we'll do this rift, and then we'll move on. Actually, we'll do 2 more rifts. Can't pass it up. When in Rome, baby. Might as well get that one too, huh? Don't really need to spend the sigil or the cinders, so we'll just... Alright, that is the Shred in the Helltide. Come on, man. Alright. Alright, now we'll go over the gear breakdown. There are 3 pieces of Chaos gear that really make this build operable. And those are the Fist of Fate, the Crescent, which I got very lucky. I got a 4 GA on that puppy. That's honestly what started me on wanting to make this build. But you can do it with just a single GA, double GA, doesn't matter. Just try to get all your ranks into Feral Aptitude. And then you want the Banished Lord's Talisman. I leave the gloves open just because you can get Shred ranks. This is also pretty important. The only mythic you need is the Air of Perdition. That's it. And you try to get everything to core skill. I did not, so I got to re-roll that again, which is always fun. But gear's alright right now. Fist of Fate, you want it primarily on attack speed. So attack speed, you want to be capped out. I think it's like 198%. That just increases your damage. The runes on this I'm using are the Pak Q and the Moni Zan. So the Moni Zan, if I'm pushing the pit, I will swap the Zan out for a Quacks out in like Sanctuary or anything like that. In the Helltides, you want to put Zan on, or else you're just going to burn through your spirit like crazy. This one, for the aspect, we use the Dire Wolves, which Grizzly Rage is now a werewolf skill, which is why we use it. And then Banished Lord's Talisman. Yep, you want to get everything to land on core skills. I did not, unfortunately. It is masterworking for me this season. Has been a little rough, but yeah, we're getting there. Next, you want a sword just for that critical strike damage. And then you want to temper on werewolf attack speed and chance for Shred to deal double damage, and ideally triple hit the chance for Shred to deal double damage. For the aspect, we're using the Rabid Bear. So this is Grizzly Rage's active. Your direct damage is converted into poison damage, which Shred also deals poison damage. So it's just a good multiplier. Next, you will use a totem. You pretty much just want a GA on willpower. Max live spirit. It's just what I got. But willpower is a good one, as long as it's GA'd, and then your chance for Shred to deal double damage. You want to try to masterwork that 3 times. And for the aspect, you use the aspect of the Blurred Beast, which Shred deals 75% more damage and a 33% chance to land an additional strike up to 4 times. Good multiplier for Shred. For the rings, you want attack speed pretty much on everything, as well as the Grizzly Rage cooldown. I have critical strike damage on here. I kind of bricked it. Normally you would have werewolf attack speed, but I have enough attack speed right now to where I'm pretty much capped, so I just leave it at critical strike damage. For the aspect, you want the Unsatiated. This helps with your spirit. So after critically striking an enemy with Shred, you gain 15 spirit. So you're critically striking constantly, so your spirit never moves unless you use that Quacks rune, which is why we only use that in the pit pushing variant. For the second ring, again, attack speed, willpower, critical strike damage. You want it on willpower to try to triple hit it. It's kind of hard for me to triple hit anything this season. But for the aspect, you want the Rampaging Werebeast. So the duration of Grizzly Rage is increased by 10 seconds. Critical strikes while Grizzly Rage is active increase your critical strike damage over 5%, which you are constantly critical striking. So good one for this, and this is the one you want on the amulet specific, because this will give you the most damage boost. Critical strikes with Shred deal 90% of the damage dealt as lightning damage to the target and surrounding enemies. That is the Storm Claws aspect. Alright, so that goes over the aspects. Next we will get into our skill tree. So we just start off with Maul, 1 rank just to activate the next board, 1 into Heart of the Wild, 3 into Wild Impulses, and then you max out Shred. Oh, I thought I messed up there. Then we'll go into Enhanced Shred and then Primal Shred. So this is how you teleport and dash to all the other enemies. So it Shred's additional attacks also perform a dash. In addition, Shred's critical strike damage increased by 30%. So not only does it make you dash, but it increases your critical strike. Here we just put 4 into Earthen Bulwark. You don't actually have to hit this. It'll auto cast. So that is awesome. Very easy. You don't have to actually cast any of these except Shred and the Howl once you transform. Next you go 5 into Cyclone Armor, into Enhanced. Take that all the way to Persevering. Next you'll put 3 points into Backlash, 1 into Blood Howl, Enhanced Blood Howl, and then we'll take it down to an 8 Blood Howl. So this will also grant you 20 Spirit and 25% increased damage. Next we'll come down, max out 3 into Feral Aptitude. I'm hoping to get that to 10, but I can't triple hit anything this season, so we'll get there. These are going to be your most important ones. I'll go over the amulet. I think I skipped that on accident. So 1 into Neurotoxin, that just allows us to put 3 into Envenom and 3 into Toxic Claws. From there we'll come down. So back to these two. These two are kind of syncing off each other. So they're huge damage multipliers. So if you get lucky and get an Envenom G8 amulet, slap that puppy on, throw some Toxic Claws on there. You want ideally most of them to go into Envenom. It just gives you the most damage. And then, yeah, just see what your Toxic Claws get to. Next, you put 3 into Defensive Posture, 3 into Nature's Resolve, and then you max out Grizzly's Rage, 3 into Quick Shift, 3 into Heightened Senses. Then from Grizzly Rage you go to Prime Grizzly Rage, and then all the way down to Supreme, and then for your final it'll be Lupane Ferocity. And that should do it about there. Here, I'll do a quick thing over the Paragon board. You guys can pause the video. First one is going to be Shapeshifter. So you'll take it up here. And then to the next board, which will be Lust for Carnage. Right here, I put Fang and Claw. Try to pause it for a sec so y'all can take a little snapshot if you need to. Next board will be Heightened Malice. And here we put Spirit, max out all the dexterity in there. It just gives you some extra critical strike damage. Yeah, I'll try to zoom it out for you. There you go. Alright, next board is Inner Beast, and for this glyph we're using Keeper. Just adds an extra little damage multiplier to it, so we got extra willpower here. It's a good little glyph for this board. Next, then we take it on up. Last board will be Ancestral Guidance, and for this glyph we are using Dominate. This one is every 5 intelligence you get overpower. You're probably asking why we're using overpower. It's just a little extra damage too, and we get the core skills from the Banished Lord's Talisman, so it just adds a good amount of damage. And that's that board. And here we will finish. We will showcase. We'll go to 115. Why not? We'll get a little spicy. Alright, so for the pit pushing, like I said, you want to change it out for the Quacks and the Zan. So you're going to be running Moni Quacks. Sorry, before I move on, back to the amulet though. Envenom is your number 1. You want to try to triple hit that. I only got a double, but a third one landed on Toxic Claws, so I'm perfectly fine with that. But this, you want these 2 on your amulet. It's a huge damage multiplier. Alright, and we will... For the elixirs, I always use attack speed just to give us extra in case I am not actually capped. I'm pretty sure I am, but that really makes sure I'm capped. And then you want the willpower, the buzz for the life. and the spices for the resistances. And here we go, off to the races. Alright, first thing I'll do is I'll get our 6 to quick shift, activate Grizzly Rage, Howl, and we're going. As you can see, the numbers are pretty high. I've had a couple 200 trillion damage on this thing. But you can see our spirit going down from that Quack's Ruin when it actually procs. But once you start slicing again, it comes back up. I activate Grizzly Rate or the Howl as much as I can. So there's 133 trillion right there. That's a pretty good hit. But yeah, super strong this season and very fast. Definitely my favorite build. If you can handle the motion, sometimes it does get a little crazy. I've had it in some dungeons where it's been so fast that I have flown underneath the map and had to leave the dungeon and come back. Doesn't happen very often, but it has happened to me twice. It's actually really funny. You're just stuck under the map. 276, right on. Alright. I need to concentrate that way we can speed this up a little bit, actually show you how fast this thing. I've had some really fast clears with the pit hundreds. I'm actually going to try to see if I can beat the Raven speed on Helltides. It is pretty tough to beat that Ravens because it just auto casts. It's just super fast, deals a ton of damage. But this one, in terms of farming, honestly, just fun. I think this is my favorite. We gotta get some pulls. Alright, let's actually go mine too. Some elites, huh? This is not going to be a very fast run. If you get the right map, you could do it in about 3 minutes or so. Pretty easily. I've kind of been talking and not concentrating, but and I still have some gold nodes that I haven't unlocked yet. One of them actually is extra damage to core skill, so I'm excited. I got to go up another 4 ranks or 4 Paragon levels. Once I get there, damage should be pretty good. Should go up a little more. But yeah, this is just to give you another option. Pulverize isn't the only thing in Ravens, the only Druid build that you can use that'll hit in the hundreds of trillions. This is way faster than all of those, and in my opinion, just a lot more fun. Don't get me wrong, I love Hulk smashing on the Pulverize, but it's the dashing that gets me. I'll show you the little boss kill real quick. Oh, I knew it. This isn't a very good representation, but that thing always kills me in one hit. It doesn't matter how much armor I have, anything like that. I always have to dodge it. I thought I could take it and activate the blood or the howl at the same time, and I did not. Well, we gotta move. It's not even the bosses that can kill me, it's that Lilith thing. Alright, and down he goes. Hit 115 clear, relatively fast. We got an amulet in here? No, we don't. Alright, well that's a pit clear. I'll show you a T4 boss kill, which is literally just a swipe. and then we'll call it. We'll teleport, see if any are 5 Grim. Oh yeah, Ice Beast is. Alright, and that should do the video. If y'all have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. But hopefully this video helped. If you are trying to do the Shred build this season, I highly recommend it. Very fun. And mega strong. So don't sleep on the Shred build this season. Alright, I'll do a little... yep. Just like that. Little triple swipe and he's gone. Let's see if we get a mythic. And no mythic. Alright, well I think that's going to do it. Appreciate y'all checking out the channel. If you liked the video, please hit that like and subscribe. We are a new channel, but we will be posting a lot more Diablo content. And appreciate y'all. Until next time, we'll see ya.